All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I just finished my morning of tutoring. I was meeting with kids around the United States, and we were working on their reading, their writing, their spelling instruction, all things that kids need to be successful in every classroom. So that's what I was working on. And I actually entered the meeting a little bit late, so I'm sorry if I kept anybody waiting. But today our goal is to be exploring a little bit more about Google Drawings. And while I'm pulling up in the background my document, I want to tell you how I was using Google Drawings in the classroom. And of course, I no longer have those examples with me because they were things that were part of the school system that I worked with. But when I learned the value behind using Google Drawings, it kind of transformed my classroom because it was a way for early finishers to add extra information to documents that they had created. But it was also a way for kids to kind of process things that they had studied about or written about. And so in today's workshop, I'm going to show you some examples of some things that you can do with Google Drawings. And the very first thing that I want to tell you is that there are other places where you can make drawings. But the nice part about Google Drawings is if you are using a workspace account, you can access it very easily. And you can just simply type in your destination as drawings.google.com. Okay, and so I'm actually going to go to drawings.google.com and I will pull that up. So what I was doing in my classroom is when the kids would type a story, this is one of the ways that I would totally use it. We would work on a story and then I would say, now I'd like you to add at least one illustration. So the kids that were finishing up early were challenged by creating an illustration in Google Drawings. What Google Drawings will do is it will save it inside of the drive, and you can find that by going into the drive and clicking. There's a menu that will tell you what file type, and when you click on it, if you've named it, which is always a good thing to do, you'll be able to go through and find it, and then you can insert it into the document, or you can literally just do it inside of the document and then save it and pop it right in there. But I have some other examples for you as well. And I also have a PDF. If you ask me for it, I will definitely share it with you. That will give you different ways to use Google Drawings. And I will share that with you. I mean, I'll share it visually with you, but if you want to copy that, I will definitely do that. Okay, so let's go into Google Drawings. And I'm in an untitled. So this is drawings.google.com, and this is an untitled drawing. But I actually want to go into File Open so that you can see that I have some other things here. And I don't know if you're going to be able to see what I've got, but I have 3 examples here. Okay, so let me just grab the first example. Okay, so I have an example of where I took an image from my file. This is just a picture of our farm looking down our driveway. We call it a lane, and it's at sunset. And I just added some text to it. I found an image of a tractor, which this is not our tractor. And then I found just my logo, Tech Coach for Tutors, and I plopped it in here. I could add more to the bottom if I wanted to. So let's say that I wanted to have like a green shape below it for some reason. So I'm going to go in here and I'm just going to add to the bottom. I'll just add a green box. I might have to look at that here. Okay. And I've got my green box there and I want to edit the color and I want to put a nice green box there. And I want to extend it for some reason. I don't know. I'm just trying to show you some things that you can do. And then maybe I want to grab this text and I want to move this text. Should be able to move it down here. And we can't see the text, so let me just think I need to layer that text, but I'll try that again. Our farm, that's okay. Totally redo that. Highlight it. Make the font larger. Okay, and maybe I wrote a story about our farm. Maybe I want to get rid of this. I'm like, oh, I don't want that, so I'm going to backspace and get rid of that. And maybe I want to Gosh, I don't know if I've got a picture of our farm somewhere or like our farmhouse in my Google Drawings or my photos, but I'm going to go into Google Photos and let's just see. So let's go insert an image, upload from my photos. So you get to see all my recent photos. This is fun. And I'm out here in Chicago visiting. So I've got a lot of pictures there. My husband's talking there. Oh, there's a tractor picture. He was actually working outside. Got that, but I think I've got a picture of, there's our dog, the flowers. There's a picture of my house. Maybe I want to embed that in there somewhere. So let's just grab, I didn't take a picture of the farm, of the buildings, just the, oh, here's this one. This is our backyard. So I'll grab this one and I'll push insert. Okay. And I'll make that smaller. Oops. And maybe I want to have it more like this. Maybe I just want to completely edit the whole picture. I want to have the tractor way over here and I want to make it a lot smaller. So you don't have to actually work with pictures that are in your Google Photos. Oops, I don't want to do that. Let's undo that. The undo button will be your friend. We'll just leave this guy maybe the size that he is. Oh, undo. I know what happened there. I put a frame around it. I think I'm just going to leave him the way that he was. Okay. Okay. And I'm just going to say that that's that. Okay. So I'm going to rename this as farm. So I know what it is when I open it. Okay. So that is one way to just use images that you have it. So maybe I want to save this for later for something that I wrote a story or a poem about our farm. And so you can see kind of the farmhouse, one of the barns in the background. My husband's got his pickup over there. I threw an image of a tractor. We don't even have blue tractors, but I threw one in there and I labeled it with our farm. So that's one way that students can use pictures maybe that they've taken on their iPads or on their phones. But let's say that we wanted to insert an image that we're going to search on the web for. Okay, so we're going to go to the web images and we're going to say, let's get a cow, a picture of a cow. We do not have cows on our farm, but maybe somebody else does. And maybe I just want to show a cow laying there. And so we'll just grab this one and insert it. Okay, it comes in really large. We don't have a hill like that, but that's okay. We're just going to make do. And I will shrink him way down. And we'll put this cow kind of laying over here. Okay, and maybe that's part of the farm too. Or maybe I just want to have different images around of like livestock pictures or whatever. So you can put pictures like that in there. Okay. So if you're a reading teacher or a writing teacher, tutor, and you're looking for ways for kids to illustrate stories, this is a pretty easy thing to do. And you can do this while you have the student on the other end of the computer. You just simply walk them through it. You say, okay, let's click the insert button, come down to the image button, go over to the search the web, and you can grab it. Now, you can add a picture of yourself. Okay, I am sitting, I'm actually in my daughter's apartment in her bedroom office. So we're just going to go to the camera. We're going to allow, they can take a picture. Okay, so now there's my picture and I can throw my picture in there. So if the kids are maybe working on something and they've got some artwork and they want to put that in there, they can definitely do that. Okay, so there we go. There's my picture of our farm. The nice part about this is it is going to save it as you go. Okay, so you don't have to push the save button or anything. Every couple of seconds it's going to be saving it. So let's get out of that particular one and let's go to another example. And I'm going to go to a floor plan. All right, so now I'm in a different one. And this would be like a classroom floor plan. And so you could come back in and you could label it. You could put the student's name or whatever in here. So what I would teach the kids to do is I would teach them how to take the shapes, use the shapes to make characters. Okay, so let's say that we want to have a teacher in here. So we're going to grab the happy face. I'm going to put the teacher's face in here. And I don't want a blue face, but I want like a skin tone that's like my tone. I'm not quite that yellow, but that's okay. But I'm lighter skinned. And then maybe we want to put some hair on me, which this is not the best hair, but we're just going to go for it. Okay, my hair's a little shorter now, but we'll put some hair on me. And then we can stretch that out. See if I can get it stretched out a little. No, it doesn't want to stretch. There we go. Oh, that might be too big. But you're getting the idea about how they can kind of create some designs. And my hair is kind of a brownish color. Let's go with that. Not quite right, but that's okay. And then maybe we want to have a body on me. So we'll go with this guy right here. And we'll kind of stretch it out. And we will go in and change that color. So we have to click on it and come up to the bucket. And I like blue and green, so let's go with green, a green shirt. And so you can start to see how this character is taking shape. So if you're asking them to illustrate a story about something, then they have a dog, then they're going to spend some time doing that. They can use the scribble button as well. So if you come over to scribble, and I want to have arms on me. Now the crazy part about this is that if you shift the picture at all, then you have to, I think you might be able to get all of these together. I cannot remember that. Formatting options. Go down to format. And should have, oh, is it arrange? I cannot remember. You can put the things front and back. You can center it on page, all those fun things. But you can, somewhere in here, you can highlight all of them. Let's see if I can get out of this right here and go back to the hand. Okay, let's see if I can get it all together. And do a right click. And oh yeah, okay. So highlight what you want to have kept together and go to group. Okay, and now I can drag this whole shape around. If I would not have done that, that shape would have separated and it would have been separate parts and I would have had to drag all of it. Okay, so if I want the whole, all of the desks to be moved, okay, so I'm going to just highlight all of the desks, all of this. Oh, I got the character in there, so let's, nope, she's part of it. So let's go to undo, undo. Undo. Okay, I don't really want her in here yet. So let's just go like this. I'm going to highlight them and I'm going to do right click. Okay, will not let me do that right now. So because they're not built together, I don't think I can do that. Let me try it one more time. Right click. Yeah, it's not going to let me group those together for some reason. But let's go back to the character and see if I can do that again. I'm going to go here and highlight. Right click. Okay, so they're still grouped together. So the character is still grouped together. That's good. I don't want to ungroup it unless there was something about it that I wanted to change. But for some reason, it won't do the boxes. Let's try it one more time. Let's do a here. Okay, so I can do two at a time and I can group that together. So now those are going to move around on the page together. So that's just kind of a neat way to show you how to group and how to drag. So I think for illustrating purposes, this is a great thing to be able to do. I want to show you another example. Okay, that's enough with this one. And let's go back to File Open. I did one with my banner. So I'm going to open that one. Share this tab instead. So I just used word art on this. So I did insert word art, and then I typed welcome to tutoring with Sheryl, and then I used the tools to change the color and the outline of the text, and then I just added this. And so now I've got this sitting inside of my Google Drawings. So if I want to add it somewhere, I don't have to take that snapshot of it. I don't have to clip it, because that's kind of the frustration where you want to create an image and you want to be able to insert it and you can't always find it. So you could do file, let's see, file, save as. Let's see, can I save this? I can share it with others. I can download it. Okay, so I can download this as a JPEG or a PNG. I'll just download it as a PNG. And now here it's sitting, you know, you can't see it, but it's sitting in my downloads. So if I want to use this somewhere, I can. So let's just go into my Facebook account for Tutoring with Sheryl. Let me get that pulled up. I have 3 accounts. So I have to go into my Tutoring with Sheryl. We'll share this tab here. And let's see if we can use that inside of what's new. So let's add a picture. And let's see if it's there. Welcome to Tutoring with Sheryl. And there it is. And voila, it's now ready to go. So I will post that and we'll look and see what it looks like. So this is just a really easy way to make some images that aren't in Canva if you don't have a Canva account or something like that. So there we go. That is an example of using it to post somewhere. Now, I did do another one and I was just kind of looking for it. So let me get back into my Google Drawings, drawings.google.com. And I'm going to go, I know you can't see it yet, but I'll open it up and then I'll share it with you. Yeah, I'm not seeing that one. Oh, I know. I put it into Sheets. Just a minute. I added one to Sheets that I wanted to share with you. So let me get in my Sheets and open that one up. And I am on my daughter's Wi-Fi, so it's just a little slower. Okay, so what I did in this example was, let's see, wouldn't that work? So let's go take a peek. Let's open up a Google Doc or a Google Sheet. Excuse me, I meant to say Google Sheet. And, you know, there'd be maybe some reasons why you'd want to have an image in a Google Sheet. So let's see if we can figure out that drawing. Oh, I don't want a table in there. All right, we're going to go and try that image one more time. So we're going to do, oh, there's the drawing. That's what I wanted. Okay. And we are going to let it load. We're going to grab an image. So we'll go to a photo. And we'll just grab a quick image of my granddaughter being silly. We'll insert it. Okay, it'll take a second. There she is. I think she was being silly at this point. She'd had enough. Oh, no, I don't want to shrink it like that. Okay, we'll just leave it like that for right now. And then I'm going to click on it to give it a border. And we'll go with a 3-point border. Yeah, maybe a 4-point border. Okay. And we're going to crop the image. So we're going to bring it down. Okay, so now that it's cropped, that's good. All right, and then we'll add some text. And we'll just say, her name is Eleanor. Eleanor's preschool graduation. Okay, and then we're going to grab that text. If I can move that text. Can I move the text? Yep, I can move the text. The Wi-Fi here is just a little slow. I might bring this over. Center this. Back over here and center this. Put everything in the middle. All right. Now, the big thing is going to be, will it go into this document? So that is what I'm trying to do. Let's see what our actions are. We can download it, which I might want to do. I think I'm going to download it. Okay. So we've got it here. I can actually change the background. If I do a right click and I go to background, I can give it, oh, she's in a little red gown. Whoa, that is very red. Well, let's leave it just because. And I want to quickly download this. I'm going to download it as a, I'll just do a JPEG here. And I'm going to open that in another tab. I don't think that you can see that, but I'm going to name it. Let's see if I can rename this really quickly. Can I rename it? Save options. Save as copy. Well, I'm not getting that either. So let's just see what happens here. We're going to save and close this. Okay, there we go. Got it to work this time. That you can use Google Drawings. And of course, I actually started in Chat GPT and I got frustrated because I didn't feel like they really gave me good choices. So I went over to Gemini, which is the AI version of Chat GPT, and I liked what they gave me. So do not stick with one thing. Try new things. That's always my emphasis, is to try new things. So these were the, this is what it drew up for me, where I said, give me some good uses for Google Drawings. So diagrams and flowcharts, if you need those for some reason, if you're biology, chemistry, and you have to show those different steps, or even if you're creating maybe timelines for events in history, you could easily do diagrams and flowcharts, mind mapping, infographics. If you wanted to create an infographic that's not inside of Canva because you don't want to pay for Canva or you're not a Canva person, here you go. You can start with just a blank document. You can totally do it in there. And I really don't know what a wireframe is, but you might, and that's developing basic layouts for websites or apps. You can, for teachers, for us, you can do graphic organizers, interactive activities, and presentations. And the nice part about this is if you made a drawing, if you're like trying to use a slide or something and it's just not working for you, you could just use a Google Drawing and you could do drag and drop. So you can do it within Google Drawings. If you are doing something for productivity, you can do project management, team collaborations, document enhancements, digital signatures. You can do digital art, social media graphics, invitations, scrapbooking. I use the example of the seating charts. You can make labels and stickers and game boards. So that would be a great thing. Then I asked for 10 more ways that teachers can use Google Drawings. It came up with interactive worksheets, game design, character creations, science experiments where they're visually setting up the experiment, the data collection, all that, historical timelines, math manipulatives, book covers, digital storytelling, graphic novels, and virtual field trips. I kind of like this one, creating interactive maps and scenes to simulate a virtual field trip to different locations. I thought that was very creative. So if you want a copy of that, I'm happy to share that with you. Now let's do one more thing before I'm done. And I'm going to go into just a Google document that one of my students has created. And let's go into, I'm going to make a copy of one. So I kind of need to find a student's work. So I'll go into Olivia's. And let me grab one of hers. I'm going to make a copy of it here real quick before I share, because I don't want to write on her actual document. Okay, let me share this one. All right, I'm in her document now. And she had set some goals up here. She had started typing something and clearly is not great at typing, but that's okay. And then we'd kind of been working on kind of a running journal about a book that we're reading. So let's suppose that she wants to insert a drawing right in here, and she wants to do the button that was shared about the Wild Hot Jelly Beans Club. So we can go into insert a drawing, okay? And if she's already got one made, we can go into Drive, but we're just going to say new, and we're going to build one right here. Okay, this was where it gets a little tricky, okay? So we're going to go into shape, and we're just going to get a circle. Okay, try to make it as circly as possible. Okay, now the nice part is once it's in the document, I can change the size of it. We're going to turn that into, let's say, a hot pink, and then we're going to add some text to it. White, hot. It could have been wild hot. Let's go with wild hot. I think it was wild. Wild, hot, jelly beans club. Okay. And let's just highlight that and see if we can change the size of the text. I don't think I had to have it highlighted. I just think I have to stretch it. Nope. Let's see. I don't know if I can change the size. Let's see. Oh, hey, I can change the font though. I like that. So let's do this. Change this. More. Okay, there. Go to more button. I can increase it. Make it nice and big. I can center it and drag it to the center. I'm looking for the lines, but I'm only, oh, there we go. There's the 4 lines. Okay, well, it's centered on the page, and clearly oops, let's keep that centered there, and I'm going to move my circle so that it is centered. Looking for those lines to help me. Okay, so that may not be exactly centered. I don't think it is, but that's okay. And then maybe I want to draw a picture of a jelly bean, and I don't really see a shape that I want to use for a jelly bean. So I'm going to go to the line that is the scribble. Okay, so I'm going to do my best. Let's see, I got to think about what jelly beans look like. They kind of look something like this. Okay, and if I can close that, that's good. And if I've got it closed, which doesn't look like I do, I should be able to change the color of it. And let's see if I can do that. I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to move this out of the way. So there's a little editing to do here. I don't know if I can dump into that, but I should be able to dump in that, and I'm not able to do that right now. It must not be a closed shape. If you get them closed, it will allow you to dump color in it. So then my student could then take this shape. Let's save and close, and now it's in here. And now my student can click on it and make it larger or smaller. Okay, and they can center it, and they could maybe even add more text or have the text wrap around it. So let's see what happens this way. Let's come up here and let's do this. Okay, so now the text is wrapping around it. And so they learn a little bit more about how to come in and add and edit and whatever. I can make that a lot smaller as well. I could move it with the text. I could fix it in a position. I can change it. I can change the margins. I can do all kinds of things. But the only thing I can't do is I can't edit it. It becomes more like a sticker that I created. So these were the things that I wanted to show you just to kind of maybe amp up some of your lessons. And so this might be something that's a little bit maybe more extension wise in your lessons. If you're a math or a science tutor, think about applications such as adding, having the student think through the process in the equation. And so then they're writing it out, they're drawing the arrows, they're maybe even drawing the atoms and creating the models. Or maybe even you can just bring in a picture of something and they're having to label it. So I think it's a really great application, especially if you're doing any kind of long distance tutoring like we're currently doing right now. If you have any questions, make sure that you let me know. I appreciate your time. And as usual, you guys make it a great day. And of course, keep the learning going.